Hello, welcome back to the Bonehead Sports Podcast.
Welcome back.
NBA basketball episode. A lot's happened since the last
It's been
episode.
a while.
I died like 3 times.
Yeah.
I left.
Been a minute since all three of us have been
Yeah.
able to hop on the pod together, but I'm glad we're all back.
Mm-hmm.
Agreed.
But a lot's happened also in the world of the NBA.
Yep.
After
A lot to
the
talk
finals
about.
in the off season. So a lot of big things have happened that are kind of building up for maybe something to happen. Who knows?
I feel like a lot is good. Like, there's still a lot to happen still.
Yeah, there's a lot to be finalized. That's for
Yeah.
damn sure.
Starting with the biggest, probably, of the bunch, Kevin Durant.
Mhm.
Still up in the air whether he's staying, where he's going, what he's going to go for. What do you guys think?
I don't think it's possible for him to leave. Just because there's really no team willing to just blow it up besides Utah, and he would not want to go to Utah.
Yeah.
And there's really no one willing to give up everybody. Like, the only thing that's possible is like a 4-team trade.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think it's ever been done.
It would have to be a lot in order
Yeah.
to acquire Kevin Durant, especially from what we hear the Nets are asking for.
I mean, as they should. They should be asking for everything.
I mean, yeah. But like he's 34. Like, if you trade for him, you only get 2 to 3 years at most of Kevin Durant.
Who knows? I mean,
who
LeBron's
knows?
fucking like 400, and he's still playing at a high level.
But I like the main spots obviously are like the Heat, the
Mhm.
Suns, but I sneakily like the Raptors here. I think that they're in a position to where if they acquire Kevin Durant, they would be right up there in the East with everybody else.
I agree,
would-
but I think you have to think who would they give up for him.
I mean, it would suck, but I would probably give up, obviously a lot of firsts,
Mm-hmm.
and then throw Scotty Barnes in there.
I feel like I need to give up OG and some role players.
Yeah.
Just
But I
as I
don't know
think
if that might
Scotty,
be-
he's so young and he's
Yeah,
cheap.
I guess, but like you also, it isn't the ultimate quest to chip, and I
Yeah.
feel like Kevin Durant puts them right in contention for that right now.
Yeah,
But
I just feel like Toronto's in a really weird situation because of the Kawhi trade. They gave up a lot
Mhm.
for that.
yeah.
So now they're kind of getting their feet back under them as like not having Kawhi Leonard.
hmm
So now they'd be like, all right, just fucking do it again. Then they're right back from like square
I
one.
mean,
after.
they won a chip after with
Yeah, they'll
Kawhi,
still
so-
win, but you still like sometimes you have to look at like the future because
Yeah.
they'll be giving up a lot of picks, more than they don't really have already.
Mhm.
So I mean, it really just I think they could do it. I mean, like fuck it, right? Like
Yeah.
you want to win, but you have to give away a lot of your future that they already have.
Yeah. I honestly also like the idea of the Suns. Like they could give up Ayton, and I'm sure they'd be fine with that, and
Mhm.
like Mikal Bridges, and then
Yeah.
like a couple role players, and maybe like a first or two.
Yeah,
Then that roster is phenomenal.
I mean, I would hate it, but like they would have.
Yeah.
There was no way they would lose though. So like that's
Yeah.
like such a broken team.
It's already a really good fucking team.
Yeah.
I wonder if the chemistry would actually work well. I don't
I was
know if
thinking
Chris
that
Paul
too.
and Kevin KD
Yeah.
like each other. Like,
Yeah.
they may, I just don't know. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I've never really seen anything about them before, like personality wise. That's actually a good
Mhm.
point. I've never seen them like chopping it up at like All Star Weekend,
Yeah. I think
seen
they
some-
probably just respect each other as players, but
Yeah.
have no more
Yeah.
feelings towards each other, is my guess.
I've also seen some Pelicans buzz, like floating around. Maybe.
That'd be
I don't
such a weird
know.
place for them to go. That's
That'd
like a
be
two
I
such a
don't
K
weird
think
move.
they
place
can
for them to
afford
go.
him unless they trade a
Yeah.
lot.
Cause I'm pretty sure they
Like they
extended
could
Zion.
afford him, but I don't know if
I don't
it
think
be
they
worth
would.
it. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think they will, though.
Like they already have such a bright
There's-
future.
I
with
also
Zion.
feel like there's a high possibility he just doesn't get traded.
I don't think he will. I don't think they can.
Well,
I think-
especially if Kyrie's going.
Mhm.
Like,
Yeah.
I think he stays if Kyrie is confirmed to go.
I think Kyrie is gonna honestly end up staying because it seems like his only market is the Lakers, and they don't want Russell Westbrook in return.
Yeah, and they just said the three of the Lakers said they're committed for this season, like to each
Yeah.
other to play. So I just find it kind of
Where they
awkward when
stay
like
healthy.
I mean, there might be a three-way trade though
there could
Yeah.
be.
there, because
That's-
Russell could go to like someone like Houston or something.
Yeah.
Back to
Was it?
Houston. That'd
He
be
wouldn't
funny.
go back to Houston. I don't think.
Could.
He doesn't have a
might-
choice though.
I feel like it might be cool to see him on the Spurs.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
could be on the Spurs. He could be on the Spurs. I feel like I agree with Joaquin too. I don't think Westbrook right now has a choice of where to go.
Yeah.
I was really shocked by the Kevin Durant requesting because I think that they're in a pretty decent place right now.
Well,
I
I heard
think Sorry,
he
you go.
requested because I think he didn't want to play with Kyrie anymore. Is what I
Yeah.
heard.
Oh.
but-
Yeah, I think wasn't it because like he didn't like the unavailability from him? I think I read
Yeah.
something about that. Like he didn't like he was like day to day, depending on where he was, he could play or
Yeah.
not.
Well,
I
that's
think,
not really an issue anymore, at least.
Yeah, but Canada it would be, but not anywhere
Yeah,
else.
Canada.
I think he just didn't want to play with Kyrie. So if Kyrie actually gets traded, I think he will revoke his request.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
but I mean, all in all, the Nets like future is just up in the air
Yeah.
because they could be still a really good team, or they can end up being like a rebuilding team again. It's just a lot that can happen.
Man, Ben Simmons got shafted, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
Ben Simmons kind of got the short end of the stick
Yeah.
because he got traded there, and honestly, I was really excited to see them three play together, and it's still a possibility that they do, but it's not looking like it right now.
I
I
just
mean,
don't,
if Kyrie, in my opinion, if Kyrie leaves, Katie and Ben Simmons will still work well together.
yeah.
As long as they don't get a useless guard, they should be
Mhm.
fine.
I mean, don't they still have Seth Curry? I mean, they traded him.
Yeah, I still think they have him.
Yeah, so I mean, he'd still be like a very valuable shooting guard. We would play like point guard or shooting guard, I guess.
And
Yeah, I
then
just think they need a better playmaker than Seth.
Yeah.
I feel like the most unlikely scenario is KD going to Miami, though.
Yeah. If they did that, they give up everybody. That's
They'd
dead
have to
on
give
the
Yeah,
up. They'd have to
he's
give
not
up
going to
Hero,
Miami. He's not going to
Robinson.
Miami.
Yeah,
Fucking
That's a reality.
Haslam. There you go, Udonis Haslam, who hasn't played in probably 4 years.
they re-signed him again.
I get it. Like, yeah, he's a bench guy for you, and he's good in the locker room, but like, dude,
He's-
I haven't seen him play more than 5 minutes.
I mean, he's mostly a coach that you keep on the roster.
Yeah, he's just a waste of a position player.
I mean, they honestly go like 13 deep anyway, or like
That's true.
more like 10 deep. Like he doesn't. They don't need to play him really.
Yeah.
Like they have the talent there to be fine without him.
What's your guys' thoughts on this is not on the list, but I don't think
I
you
mean,
added it. But DeJounte Murray going to where the fuck did he go? He went to
He went to Atlanta.
Atlanta.
Oh fuck! I'm still in the Discord with Alex. Shit. Bye, Alex. I was doing the pod.
Sheesh.
Okay.
What's your thoughts on that? Though? I think that's a really
That
good
was,
duo.
he was like, "Who went to Atlanta?" And I'm like, "Oh shit." I don't think. I don't know. I still think they're a playing team. I don't think this really moves the needle for them, at least in the
It's
East
just
standards.
it's another guard. That's not what they need.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not
Like
what
what
They
they,
needed
fucking
Aiden.
needed is a big man. Yeah, they needed Aiden, bro.
they really did need.
Yeah.
If the Hawks got Aiden,
I mean, don't they still have Clint Capella?
Yeah, but he hasn't been as for some reason he fell
Dude.
off the last 2 seasons, like
he
hardcore.
fell off hard, man.
Yeah, I guess so.
There's no even like reason either. He just like disappeared.
I don't know. If they need a big man, so if
Mhm.
they get a true big man, then we'll talk about the Hawks. But
I
sadly, I,
still
don't
think
think.
I think
Murray-
it's a good something for the future. You know,
yeah.
'Cause you
Yeah,
got
but they
them.
also gave up like 4 firsts for him, right? Something
yeah,
like that.
they gave up a lot.
Yeah, I think they gave up too much for what he'll come back in value. I think they're still a play-in team at like, or like six and below,
Mhm.
kind of, and that doesn't really move the needle for me a lot.
I
you
think
know?
they could be exciting, like fun to watch, but when it comes down to it, I don't think it's like you guys are saying it's gonna add too much.
I mean, it's just if you look at it this way, like there's not many teams that are successful without a big man. I mean, and the
Yeah.
teams that are successful without them had amazing guards, and that's not what
Yeah.
Murray and Young are. Yeah.
Yeah.
at
I
least.
mean, Young is an amazing guard. Like
I feel like
he-
Murray is pretty good as well, but they're
I
not like
just don't
super
think they're like
stars.
Steph Clay
Yeah.
level.
I mean, well, I
Like
mean,
that's what I'm
Yeah,
comparing it to be honest.
I mean, yeah, but I feel like that's a bit of an unfair comparison.
Well, I mean, that's the
Yeah.
like level you need
Well,
to
Yeah.
run without a fucking big man.
I mean, Steph's better than Trey, but I think DeJounte at this point might be
Well,
like a little bit better than Clay.
I don't even mean at this point. I just meant like when they had in their prime
Oh yeah,
no really big men for them other than like what Draymond Green. Was
Draymond.
it?
Andrew
Yeah,
Bogut.
Oh, Fire Fair. I forgot. I
like
always forget about Bucky.
They also
I
had
mean,
DeMarcus
yeah.
Cousins for like 3 minutes, which is kind
Yeah,
of weird.
literally 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Like,
3 minutes.
Now they got Looney.
They got James
and
Wiseman.
Wiseman.
maybe if DeMarcus
James
Cousins was a
Wiseman was
piece of
looking
shit.
good in the
Yeah.
summer league.
He was looking real good.
He was eating, bro.
Mac McClung too, but I want to talk about him, but we don't have to do that right now.
But I don't know. I don't like this move from the Hawks. I feel like it doesn't do anything. Like it was just like okay, that happened.
Yeah.
It's not gonna change anything.
Like cool.
I mean,
Their
I think
point
it's their
total will go
building.
up.
I think it's their building
Yeah,
process.
I agree.
Yeah, I mean, but if they're trying to build, then why trade for first round picks?
Yeah.
For like,
I think they're probably going for mentality of get
How-
guys now and then
How
worry
fucked
about.
up would it be if Murray got traded for a center?
That'd be so funny.
I don't think there's any centers worth trading for anymore.
Well, they could
Probably
trade
not.
for Aiton. Like, yeah, he has a contract now, but they
Yeah.
could trade for him.
It's an
I feel like
expensive
if
contract though.
Yeah.
if the Suns wanted to trade him, they'd just done a sign and trade
Yeah, they would've done it by now.
with the Pacers.
It's
Like,
weird how like they were really saying at the end of the year we don't really have intentions to keep Aiton.
yeah,
And the moment he gets a contract somewhere else, they're like, whoa, 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 ain't happening.
I mean, good for Aiton though.
Yeah, he got the bag,
He
but
got
like
the bag.
I think
and he got
honestly,
to stay where he wanted to
yeah,
stay.
him signing with the Pacers was literally just like a death threat because he would
Yeah.
not want to play with them.
Yeah, that was.
I mean,
that would have been a place to die.
Yeah,
the Pacers are rebuilding, and I feel like that he kind of would have fit their timeline.
Pacers are not gonna be relevant for the next 5 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and he has
Yeah,
it was a 5-year or 4-year contract, and Aiton's a player who can on a team win now because he's one of
Yeah.
the best centers in the league.
Hmm.
I agree.
So you wouldn't want to put him somewhere like with a DeMarcus Cousins situation
Put
where
him
he's
useful.
just dying alone with nobody around him who are all
Yeah.
just a bunch of role players.
Pacers would have been horrendous for him. I
Yeah.
would be talking about wasted potential every day about that man
Hmm
while he was
Yeah.
there.
I mean, I don't know. I just on the Suns, I just feel like that he also still has like wasted potential because they don't really use him as effectively as they could because that's just not the way they play. Like,
Well, so
basketball.
here's a valid point to you're saying on the Pacers, all the stats would go, all of them. I mean, he would be probably the top scorer on that team,
hmm
easily top rebounder for obvious reasons. I mean, like
yeah,
I have a feeling his season averages would definitely go up on the Pacers, but I don't know how much he wants just to boost his stats versus actually winning.
Well, they still also have Miles Turner, so they have to figure out what to do with him.
mhm.
Yeah.
He should go to Atlanta.
I don't. What did they trade for? John Collins? I don't know.
Fuck it. Oh, I forgot they have John Collins.
They still have John Collins.
Yeah, he's just been hurt for a while.
And there's also been like he has been rumored to be being traded, but it just hasn't happened.
Yeah. That's what I've noticed about this offseason is that a lot of rumors happen, but nothing
A lot
really,
of smoke.
Yeah.
No, like the biggest thing was probably the DeJounte Murray trade, and then
Yeah.
like everyone getting the bag, like Ja Morant,
Mhm.
Zion, fucking.
Maybe
Everyone's
Brunson
getting
going
the
to
bag.
the Knicks was a big deal, but like I mean,
We'll get into that later.
yeah, like that nothing's gonna happen with that. if I'm
I've
being
got
honest.
some words for that.
It's the Knicks being the Knicks.
I mean, we could talk about that right now. It's on the list, so we
yeah, I
could go
feel like
into
that's
the
not gonna. That's the Knicks being the Knicks. We're gonna be honest.
It's the Knicks being the Knicks. They got the worst big three I've ever
Mhm.
seen.
Yeah, the Knicks are the kind of guys
Yeah,
to like
bro.
watch like those TV advertisements. They're like 5 seconds, and they're like, "This is a mop that can clean up everything," with
Mhm.
no like proven example of it. Like it hasn't proven anything besides
Yeah.
maybe one spill up. Like, oh fuck yeah,
Yeah.
dude, buy 20 of those. Those are amazing.
I
I mean,
just
Brunson hasn't done shit besides. Granted, he had a good playoffs, well, a good playoff
Yeah.
series. Outside of
Hey.
that, what else has he done?
I mean, I have him as my 18th or 19th best point guard right now. Which the money that they paid for that
Mhm.
isn't like the worst because you need a good point guard.
Yeah.
And he's
Not
still
fam, You're
young,
sleeping on D Rose, bro.
but he's
Man's on the
still
come up.
young. I have a feeling that D Rose isn't gonna be on the team long.
You think he leaves before season start?
I feel like he either gets bought out or gets like traded for like something small in the middle of the season, like a role player or something.
Interesting.
I don't, unless, or he gets hurt again. I don't know. He has the history of just that happening, sadly.
Yeah.
But the Knicks still, I don't even think, I think they could make the play-in, barely. I don't
Not on the
know.
East Coast.
I mean, I think they jumped over the Hornets in terms of power rankings,
Mhm.
but
Man,
because the Hornets,
they're a
they're
shit show right now, bro.
yeah,
Yeah.
man.
I'm glad none of our favorite teams are the Hornets.
Yeah, bro.
I
They,
just feel bad for Melo.
yeah,
To be honest.
he's so good, and everyone else around him just like, you know what? Who cares about basketball?
But what, Brunson was what? It was 4 years, 110 million, right?
Yeah, I think around there.
So you're paying.
Yo,
Do you
it
guys hear?
is
Do you guys hear
weird.
the vacuum?
No.
No,
Okay.
it is weird to hear Mello and not think of Carmelo, not
know, man.
LaMelo.
I know.
just-
It's wrong.
It's just
Just
Julius,
wrong.
unless Julius Randle comes back and has like a good season again. I don't
Well,
know what.
I'm
where
surprised
the
he's still
Knicks
in
are
on the
going.
Knicks because end of last year
Nah,
it was
he's
rumors
gone.
like he has to leave.
Dude, before season started, that man is gonna get traded.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, to who? Who would want him?
I don't know. We'll see.
Anybody?
I feel like he's just gonna be stuck.
I mean,
I
it's
just
the
don't-
Knicks. The
I
Knicks.
think the Knicks will. I don't think the Knicks want him anymore.
Mm-mm.
I think
He
they
doesn't
really
want the
actually
Knicks.
want to get him. Yeah, it's both ways. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
I could be wrong.
Now I'm gonna ask y'all something that wasn't on the list, but
That's fine.
how do you feel about Bradley Beal taking the max to stay on the Wizards?
It says
Don't run from the grind, bro.
And
If you
Dame
want the
also
money.
signed an extension
They
for
ain't running
the
from the grind.
Blazers.
okay. The Dame one.
That's depressing.
That man's too loyal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Like holy shit, he's too loyal.
like the Blazers aren't winning anything anytime soon.
Anytime soon.
Neither are the Wizards.
Mm-mm. Especially the Wizards, are being
But-
honest.
He got the bag. Good for them.
Yeah. It also
I feel-
sucks because if they get the bag, they ain't getting nobody either.
I feel like if I was Beal though, I'd
There's
probably
no trades.
I would have went like tried to force my way to the Heat.
Mm-hmm.
'Cause
I thought that was
they-
gonna happen.
That's who they needed,
Mhm.
honestly, and he would fit them perfectly, and they would be title contenders, or like even more than they already are, kind of.
Yeah.
Like it's iffy. They're in the spot where they're good enough to get close, but they didn't take that step to get there.
Mm-hmm.
But I just-
want Dame to be.
I feel like Beal is going towards that Dame where like he's loyal, but it's not like he's too loyal. Like
Yeah, I'm surprised Bradley Beal is the loyal one. Like I thought he'd be long gone by now.
yeah, if
Like-
I was him, I'd be long gone. Why the fuck the Wizards haven't done shit for him?
Yeah.
Just
I-
like they didn't do shit for John Wall.
I just think
Like-
it really shows that like there's some guys in the league who want to win, and there's some guys in the league who just want to be secured.
I mean,
Which
he's,
I
got
get.
I mean-
he's got generational wealth.
I'll
Exactly.
say literally, Beal is fine.
Yeah.
Like,
How
Beal's
old
fine.
is Beal?
I think like
I have
33.
no idea.
I can look it up.
There's no way Beal is older than Lillard. Dame is 32.
Beal is
They're 29. Sorry. Yeah, he's
29.
I'll say there's no way Beal's older than
Which
Dame.
he'll be there. Honestly, I could see it like if he plays there like 2 or 3 more years and then forces his way out on like the last couple of years of his contract and try to go win a ring somewhere.
Man, you know what combo I'd love to see but will never happen because of money?
What?
Katie and Lillard on the same team.
Oh, that'd be good.
That
Imagine
would
the
be good.
clutches. Imagine.
I saw
mean,
an
if they-
image of that,
And the playoff potential.
and that would have been nice.
If
Him
they want to
going
go
there.
over the luxury tag. I don't think the Blazers have nothing to trade for Katie anyway.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
don't.
Unless
Oh,
they
yeah.
trade Dame, probably.
Yeah.
It sucks. Like he
that would
really,
be
he
the-
really looks at that lineup, sees he has nobody there with him. He's like, you know what? Yeah, I want to stay here.
Hey, he has Yusuf Nurkic.
He's just too loyal, bro.
Yusuf Nurkic
He's
gets hurt
too-
every other Wednesday. Like,
And he also got extended.
oh my god. I mean,
like,
he's
it
good.
was like-
No, he had a
yeah.
good season. If we're gonna be
Yeah.
honest, that's it.
Like the Blaze, I don't know. like in the West, all just already ultra competitive. They just aren't there anymore.
I think the
Like
West will always be competitive.
Yeah.
the West will always be competitive as long as you have Curry, Braun, and
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
literally
even before them, it
Luka.
was competitive.
Yeah,
So it's like it's never stopped. The West has always been competitive.
yeah.
Lakers by themselves have probably made it competitive. It like the NBA's entire career.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Except that like stint after Kobe retired for like 2 or 3 years.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
fair. But
but
then other people in the West, like the Warriors and shit.
who I want to do like a power rankings, but I didn't have any time to prepare. Like, who do you think is like on the top end of like the teams in the West, like going into next season?
Well, if Lakers get Kyrie, I hate to say it, but Lakers are gonna be on
uh,
top.
I don't know, man. The Clippers looking real
The
dangerous
Clippers
right
looking
now.
scary.
The Clippers do look scary. Don't get me wrong, but you're
Yeah,
gonna tell me Kyrie, LeBron, Anthony Davis, like
I mean, Kawhi, Paul George, John Wall, right there. I think
I
the
just
depth
don't know
on
if
the
that.
Clippers is better. The coaching on the Clippers for
Like
now is better.
the depth, I agree, is also better. But you're also talking to people assuming Anthony Davis doesn't fucking break
Anthony
another.
Data Davis, bro.
Yeah, exactly. But if he doesn't get injured again, you're also talking to about three people who can play,
Yeah,
40 plus minutes.
but
Like
also
LeBron could still
Braun
do that.
could get injured still. Like he has been on the injury report often
Yeah.
the past couple of
Which is
years.
really weird to see, to
I
be
just think
honest.
that everything for the Lakers would have to go perfect
Man,
for
you know
this to
what's
work out.
gonna be crazy on the Clippers? That defense.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Because
defense is
Wall
gonna be
and
great.
Kawhi is like, oh my god.
Do you think John Wall starts, or do you think
Oh yeah.
he's the
100%.
sixth man?
Definitely starts over
I
Definitely
mean,
Reggie.
starts.
Reggie Jackson kind of earned that spot though.
I think they'll just play
Yeah, but
1-2 on each other.
yeah, they could also just play 1-2. They're
Yeah,
both small is the issue though. Like
Yeah.
yeah,
I think what they're both 6'2" or something.
they're around there
Yeah, 6'2",
probably.
6'3". And they still
Or
have
Reggie's 6'3".
they have what's his name? What's his name?
Is it another guard?
Yeah, then he had
Jason
him.
Preston?
No,
Yeah.
is he played when the Warriors still had KD? He had like one of the. He was a rookie at the time. He had a crazy,
Um,
like series. I can't remember his name.
I don't
Look up the
He's
roster because
super
I don't
young though.
see
Yeah, I'm
it.
looking right now.
they got
Terrence
Luke
Mann.
Kennard.
He's a small
They got-
forward though.
They got Luke Kennard, guys.
I mean, honestly, I think it'd be perfect because these only guards they have on a team are John Wall, Jackson, and Preston. Preston hasn't really
Yeah.
proved anything too much. They can
You know
play him
what?
at the 1-2.
It's
My
crazy.
My only issue with the Clippers, man, is just like I've seen a big three out of the Clippers before. You want to know
Yeah.
how that ended?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
I
Now-
mean,
whenever I hear
Clippers-
Clippers, it's hard to like
It all
actually process that they could be dangerous.
it all bars on the health,
Yeah.
because
Also,
everyone-
I mean,
barred
that's also
Doc
Lakers.
Rivers.
yeah, the big three on
Yeah, Doc Rivers kind of screwed it.
the big three on the Clippers all have been injury history as of recent,
Mhm.
or at least Kawhi only had one. He was just out for a long time.
Yeah.
But if Kawhi's still that same dude when he comes back, I wouldn't be surprised if the Clippers make it out of the West. Like, it would not shock me at this point with everything that they have.
I think they can
Also-
be good.
It's also crazy to me that John Wall's the highest, or no, wait, no, that's wrong. ESPN not updated. His salary is now 45 mil.
Jesus Christ, is it? Hold on, let me look.
No, because he got. I don't remember. I
I
think
remember he got an extension.
he got. I think it was like 2 years, 18 mil extension or something like
Yeah,
that.
okay. Yeah. His base salary is only $6 million with them.
Yeah. And then so Colin Sexton of the Cavs doesn't really have a market.
I think it's okay for him. I think he'll re-sign with the Cavs.
I don't know if I'm the Cavs if I want Colin Sexton. He
I
doesn't
don't see
really-
why not. He can fill in a position. He's a good defender. I think he's one of the best on-ball defenders in the league.
I don't feel like he fits the offense. Like they don't need more ball dominant like guards. Like they don't
I
need a
think-
ball dominant guard.
I don't even see him as one of those, to be honest, because his offensive repertoire isn't too deep. Like
Yeah.
you have wow, I'm really blanking on his name right now. The guy that
He's only 23.
who did they draft last season? Or maybe a season before.
They got Evan Mobley last season.
Yeah, and he's been like really good. So
Which
that
is-
you
I don't
have
know if
him.
the spacing would work with that team as well, because they have Jared Allen,
They
Evan
also
Mobley,
they're both
Darius
really
Garland.
short as well.
Yeah, he's 6'1". He's not really the best defender.
They also have Chris Levert.
Wait,
Like
why did I not realize this until now?
I don't know where he goes because he's still a free agent, and you assume he would have been signed or at least
Yeah.
shown interest, but like nothing.
He'll
Nothing's
probably
happened for
honestly
him.
sign for a minimum on a contending team.
I don't know if the Clippers actually beat the Lakers even with that big three. They don't have a big man that's actually half decent.
Don't they have?
They play small ball and
They have
foul
Zubac.
out AD.
They have who?
Adam
Zubac?
Zubac.
Dude, he is not that great. Look at his.
He isn't awful though.
He's not awful. I'm not saying he's shit. I'm just saying he's like comparatively to the Lakers big man.
Yeah.
I don't know.
We're running out of time. We're gonna have to do it part 2. So stick
Fine.
around for part 2, people. That's gonna be happening. Honestly, best case probably I would like to see John or Colin Sexton go to the Mavs to replace Jalen Brunson's role,
I
kind
think
of.
that would work.
I think that would work, and they could probably get him for pretty cheap at this point. Maybe honestly it would be cool to see him on the Raptors, but I don't know if they need another guard. That would just be for more of a fun kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think Sexton would want to go to the Raptors.
Holy
either.
shit! I just learned a fun fact.
What?
Evan
What?
Mobley's brother plays with him on the Cavs, and Isaiah Mobley.
Yeah.
Did not know that.
What do y'all think about the Donovan Mitchell and Utah Jazz situation right now?
I think they put themselves as a rock in a hard place.
Do you think that they go for the rebuild or try to build around
They should
Donovan
rebuild
Mitchell?
because no one wants to go to Utah right now. They have to prove that people want to
Yeah.
go to Utah. But
But if they do trade him, who?
that's also the problem. He really can't go
Who?
anywhere because
I
his
mean,
contract's so big.
I guess the Heat, maybe, because he wouldn't be as expensive as KD. I think.
Then you got to think how they're gonna work with Jimmy because they kind of play
Yeah.
the same way.
Yeah, but I feel like I'd trust an Eric Spoelstra to make it work though. Like
Yeah.
Jimmy's more in the
Then
paint.
they're gonna be even more in debt at that point now because
Yeah.
his contract's huge as well.
I mean, we already see Pat Riley does not give two fucks about
Yeah.
money. Like he's willing to do anything if it means a chip or a chance
Yeah.
at the chip, and he's shown that multiple times. But if they do build around him, what would that look like? Like who would? Like they would have to trade their picks that they got from the Rudy Gobert trade.
Mhm.
They'd have to. I don't even know what they would need to do. They just need to get him perimeter defense and like a big, and I feel like they could be decent.
I mean, that's what everyone wants, right?
Yeah.
So it's like they're all sort of like skim pickings.
Y'all want
picking.
the truth? I think Donovan Mitchell's going to be another like Dame situation
Yeah.
at this point.
I feel like he would walk out on the Jazz comparatively to like
Yes,
Lillard.
yes,
but-
I fully agree with that. Just it's not going to happen yet.
I think he's
I
gonna
don't
have a
think-
lot of wrong places at the wrong time, kind
Yeah.
of thing.
Like I just feel like the Jazz. I don't even like. I feel like they could be a bottom team in the West this season. Like I don't feel like they're gonna be any sort
Well,
of.
it's just
agree.
because there's so
competitive.
many good West teams too.
Yeah.
Like, I fully agree with that because there are just a lot of good West teams too.
I would
Like,
honestly put them on like
combination's
the
gonna
same
make it
tier
rough for
around
Jazz.
like the Kings.
Yeah.
I
Like,
put
that
them
might-
below the Kings.
Yeah,
Fuck that.
I think I put him below the Kings too.
Yeah, the Kings.
Also, their new
are
jerseys
good.
suck. The Jazz
Their
new
New Jersey are
jerseys are
ass.
awful. Same with the Cavs. Both their jerseys suck. I do not want that to be the trend of jerseys for the league. Like, they're just practice jerseys and they're so bad.
Do y'all think the Kings could make the play-in?
Not at all.
Yes,
I don't. Think
I think
so.
they can make the play-ins.
I think they could be a 10 or a 9.
I agree.
Honestly,
I think
I-
a 9 or a 10 is in their
I'd
future.
put money on the fact they won't personally.
like in the West, they're better than. I would say they're better than the Blazers and the Jazz and the Thunder, and the Spurs, and the Rockets. Like,
But it's the Kings.
yeah,
Yes, we can say it's the Kings.
It's the
Joaquin,
Kings.
but I think the players on the team actually make it viable this year.
I'm going based off like not history, just like what should happen. You know,
Yes.
like
yes.
Yeah.
Now, I think if they don't, I'm blaming the coach. But you know,
Yeah.
that's just me.
I mean, oh shit, my mic just fucking.
the new coach does have potential though. They still have
Yeah.
Sabonis. They still have De'Aaron Fox. They still have Harrison Barnes. Like,
That's
they're
my
not.
thing is like Fox, Barnes and Sabonis.
Like,
Those are
that's not
all
a
good players.
like Bonus and Fox are borderline all stars.
No, they have Buddy Hield still.
No,
I don't think. I think
no.
they traded him to the Pacers, right?
I thought I thought Heald was on the. Okay, I'm just gonna look him up.
So I haven't heard about him in a minute. I thought he was still there.
He is on the
He's
Pacers.
on the Pacers, yeah.
Yeah.
Shit, I haven't heard about him in a brick.
But I think honestly, I'm kind of excited for where the Kings are because Keegan Murray also has been looking really good in the summer league.
Mm-hmm.
He's been playing phenomenally, but the Kings are the Kings, so you never know. But it looks like the Kings have the chance to fight for a play-in spot.
Yeah.
Like they would hover around that 9 to 10, 11 range.
I definitely think they get 9 or 10.
Yeah.
Now, do they win the play-in?
Nah, probably not.
Yeah,
Probably not.
that's where I might draw my line, but
Yeah.
it's just do they make play-in is what I'm arguing here.
I think they make it to the play-in and they end up losing in the play-in. Kind of like a Hornets
see that.
situation where they're good enough to make it to the play-in but not good enough to go past that.
I can see that.
So we're almost out of time, so before we start anything, let's might as well just go to the next part.
Yep.
Make sure you come to the next part, get us on Spotify, iTunes, rate us, follow us on TikTok and YouTube and Twitter and all that sorts of good stuff, and we'll see you in part 2.
We'll see you in a minute.